Hi guys, how y'all doing? Not had a video for a while, so I think it's about time. I need to do another one. Tonight I am going to be painting. I have one of my kids' paint kits. Got the little monster. Isn't he cute? I'm going to be painting him. I'm going to show you the paints that you will get if you want to get one of the paint kits. Let's see if I can show it to you. They'll come in these little containers. Little screw-on lid, and you'll get the colors that to be able to complete the project. Get 2 paintbrushes for $10. It comes with a hanger attached, so it's ready to hang up. They're small enough they can sit on a shelf, and hopefully it'll give you and your kiddos something fun to do and make memories that are so very important. So let's get started. I'll show you how we're going to do this. Okay, you can't see me, but I will be talking through this. All right, we'll take and get started. I think that this little monster should be purple and green, so I've included those colors with your kit. Now, if your kids are going to be painting, I suggest that they have an old shirt or an apron or something, because these paints, they will stain your clothes. You can wipe them up pretty quickly with a baby wipe, but kids are not usually really quick to wipe up spills or accidents. So what do y'all think? Should we do the horns, purple and green? I think I will. I like purple. We're going to do some stripes. Now these black lines, they're on there so you can see where to paint. It's okay if you paint over them. Because you can still see through them. I'm going to do every other stripe here on his little horns, purple. Because I like purple. What do y'all think? You like purple? Rinse the brush. Now, your kiddos will need a little cup with some water. I use an assortment of different kinds of paint, but primarily I use Apple Barrel from Walmart. They're good prices, and they cover pretty well. During the pandemic, we had trouble getting paint. They ran out. So fortunately, I'm kind of a paint hoarder. So I had a pretty good stash of paints. I know a lot of people were struggling to find paint. So I have gotten, sometimes Walmart wouldn't have the colors that I needed, so I've gotten paint from Joann's, and I've ordered it from Michael's online. So there's options for paint. Hobby Lobby is another good source for paint. The Deco Art Americana paints are really good. You can get those at Hobby Lobby. Joann's carries some, but not as big a selection as they do at Hobby Lobby. Okay, what do you think? I like purple and orange. That's not orange, it's purple and green. Y'all, it's kind of late and I am tired. Let's see, where else can we do some? Let's do some stripes on his belly that'll match his horns. Well, I say his. We think this is a girl or a boy? I don't know. What do y'all think? Uh-oh. Did you see what I did? I went from green to purple. Didn't wash my brush. It happens. And you know it's going to happen with your kids too. So then you're going to get this funny purple with a hint of green. So you know what? I'm going to rinse my brush. Let that dry a little bit. Just take your brush and wipe it on a paper towel. Paper towels and baby wipes are kind of important to have. Not necessary, not an absolute, but they are handy to have while you're painting. Make sure I'm still in the field of vision for you all. I need to be doing these live, but I haven't gotten there yet. I really need to. It's just a little scary to push that button. They go live. Because I can paint on a recording. I can talk to you all. I can do all that stuff knowing I can go back and edit it. But I don't do a whole lot of editing. Well, at first I did. I would edit, try to make myself look better, sound better. Then I decided, why am I doing that? Because when I see you all live and in person, I'm just me. I don't try to, as somebody would say, put on airs or pretend I'm something I'm not. I'm just Dorinda. I love to paint. I love to be creative. Just turning around here. How many of you do you think your kids are going to name their little monster? What kind of a name would a monster have? I like that purple. It goes on smooth. Y'all got plans for the weekend? Looking forward to doing something fun, I hope. I have a paint party tomorrow at 2 o'clock at Santa Fe. I do have some seats open. So if anybody's looking for something to do tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be painting you have two choices. One, you could either paint a fall pumpkin with some leaves. It's really pretty. Or a snowman. I'm not looking forward to winter. I hate being cold. But snowmen are so cute. So what kind of winter do y'all think we're going to have? We haven't had any big snows for a few years. Oh, there goes a train again. You hear that? Yeah. We used to have a whole lot more than we do now. The green goes on nice. Yeah, I'm getting it on the black. That's okay. That is okay. That's a guide. And it's alright if it gets covered up. Because we all know the kids are going to cover the lines up too. That's okay. It's theirs. It's their art. Be sure when your kids paint their little monster or whatever paint kit that you get, put their name on the back and the date. So in a few years you can go back and say, oh wow, look at that, how cute. You did that in 2020. You can remind them of how old they were and what you were doing during this time. That even though it was October, they were not in school. They were doing distance learning or that was the year that you went to private school, or that was the year that I taught you at home. So there's lots of memories being made this year. New things happening to all of us. I started a new business. I was making some white eyes. I might change my mind and go over this with something else here in a minute. But for right now, they're going to be white. Looks pretty good. A little paint in the lid. Use that. How many of y'all have children that you're teaching at home or partially teaching at home? How's that going? Years and years ago, I thought I wanted to be a teacher. But when I was in college, I was just starting college, there was so many teachers that couldn't find work, couldn't find jobs. And then they were begging for nurses. So they were really encouraging students to go into nursing. So I did. I worked as a nurse for 35 years altogether. 33 and a half years here at Baptist. And I retired a little over a year ago. Decided I wanted to do something fun. Some aspects of nursing are fun, but healthcare is overall, taking care of people is a challenge. So I decided I wanted to paint and do some other crafty things. So here I am, painting monsters late at night. I need me a sign or a shirt or something that says I stay up late and make things. If y'all are watching this tonight, you all stay up late too. Now look at that. That is one wacky tooth. See if I can get that straightened up. I got a little too much paint on there. But I think it'll be alright. Because when that's dry, I can fill it in with I can outline it a little bit more with the black marker. I did not include paint pens in the paint kits because that marker could be a nightmare for you all. I have heard and seen this posted that one of the scariest things for a parent of a preschooler is a Sharpie cap with no marker. If y'all ever had kids write on stuff with a permanent marker. Funniest thing, I have two nephews who are 37 and 40. When they were little, like the youngest one was in a walker, and he was slick bald. He had big blue eyes and no hair, and his brother decided that he needed hair, so he caught his chance, and he had this was before Sharpies. He had a black El Marco marker. He painted his brother some hair. That little kid, he had black swirls all over his head. That stuff didn't wash off. It had to wear off. But his brother had hair. And my brother and sister-in-law kept a closer check on the paintbrush, on the markers. Let's give him a little orange on here. If your kids ever made a mess with the markers, they're just curious, and they know markers are for writing. They don't, kids don't have the ability to choose the right surfaces to write on. I know when my kids were little, they wanted to write on everything. So that was back in the computers and printers were just getting started. And technology was changing. We had the old dot matrix printers and had all that. For those of y'all that remember that, the paper was like on a fold, and it was sit in a box, and it would feed through the printer. Well, it was fan folded. And as they were switching over to the printers, more like what everybody's familiar with today, they had all that paper left over. So as the roll was getting close, the box was getting close to being empty, instead of taking a chance on having a big report running and running out of paper, they would just discard it, throw it away. Well, I could bring that paper home, and I would tape it down the hallway on the wall, and my kids knew that's where they could write. They made all kinds of artwork on that paper. It was their space, and they knew they could write on that wall and didn't get in trouble. Any other wall wasn't good, but that was their space. Kids need a space, just like we do. We need our own space to relax and enjoy ourselves and do things that we want to do. How do you all relax and enjoy yourselves? I like to paint. I like to make things. I have projects going all the time. I'm wanting to build a table. I have a new toy that I'm just learning to use. I bought a Glowforge laser, and I hope to have some pretty neat things in my business. I've got a lot of ideas in my head. If I can just bring them to life. So, have any of you all? Does anybody have a laser? If you do, what kind do you have? And what is your favorite thing that you make? If you don't have a laser and you want one, if you had it, what would you make? If you're thinking about ordering one, message me, because I've got a coupon code that I can share with you. Because these things are not cheap, kind of pricey. Someone shared a coupon code with me, and I'll share with anybody else that is looking to buy one. So far, and like I said, it's new, and I'm just getting used to how it works and software and all that. But I like it a lot. See, here's my baby wipe. I got a little too much on the black there on his leg. I'm going to wipe it off. See, that cleaned up real nice. I don't know what we ever did before we had baby wipes. Well, I do too. My mother carried a washcloth in a plastic bag when we were growing up. Sometimes a couple of them. I wish she'd been the one that invented the wipes. That would have been pretty cool. I wonder who invented the wipes. I do remember, I don't even remember how old I was, but I remember, what were they called? Wet ones. Wet ones. I think that was the first disposable wipes that came out. I may be wrong, but that's the ones I remember. And I remember my parents thinking how ridiculous that was to have to buy those little throwaway wipes. But my parents weren't much on throwing anything away. You used it. You used everything until it couldn't be used anymore. We recycled and upcycled and used everything. That was a good thing. I didn't think so at the time, a lot of things. But looking back on it now, it taught me a lot. What are some lessons that you hope to be teaching your kids or your grandkids that it's going to help them down the road? They may not see the benefit of it now, but you hope that eventually they do. I think painting is relaxing. It's something that you can do, or I do. Can't answer for everybody else. But it's calming. Your kids can paint and be creative. In these paint kits, I provide some colors, but if your child wants something different, these paints are very reasonable, 50 cents a bottle. That bottle's going to last you a long time. So they can paint their monster, or I have a puppy dog with a jack-o'-lantern, and I also have a little vampire. I've not painted these yet. You see that? Isn't he cute? He's one of the paint kits also. And where's my little vampire? Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Oh, I don't have him outlined on this one. Here's a blank. That's the difference. A blank is just a blank piece of wood. I'm not done the outline on that one yet. But he's a little vampire, and he's got a little jack-o'-lantern next to him. My goal is to be able to cut these on my laser, on the Glowforge. Right now I cut them out with a Rotozip. And with the Rotozip I have to sand them all, because it leaves some edges that are not so pretty sometimes. But I can get the files and get everything, learn over what I need to know with the laser, they'll all be smooth edge and look a little better. But they're all hand cut. I like things that are handmade. You can buy all kinds of things that are mass produced, but I don't care for that so much. I don't care for the art things that are just perfect. No blemishes, no flaws. It's all made by machinery. I like the human touch. Can you hear that? The sound of the brush on the wood. That's relaxing too. I like that. So your kids can paint. Hopefully they'll find this relaxing too. Spend a little quiet time. You can paint with them. You can sit with them while they paint. Spend a little time with them that you may not have had opportunity to. Sure. Those big white eyes look kind of bright, don't they? I might tone that down a little bit. What do you think? I think those should be a different color. That orange kind of stained that brush, didn't it? You see that? But there's nothing coming off on the paper towel. So we're all good. All right. He's got some spots. Let's see what color. We've got purple and green and yellow. I think the yellow might be just too clashy with the purple. I mean with the orange. I think I'm going to do some purple dots. See what that looks like. I like that. I provide the colors, but your kids can put the colors wherever they want to. They want a purple monster with green polka dots. That'd be fun. I'm not usually a big fan of orange, but I kind of like this. That looks like I missed a spot with the orange right there under his arm. To go back and fix that. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, or if you're watching this on Saturday, this afternoon at 2 o'clock, I have a couple of seats open at Santa Fe on Cumberland Falls Highway. 2 o'clock. We're painting a pumpkin or a snowman. So message me, and if you're interested, I can let you know if I have any seats available. And if this class is full, I'm going to be scheduling some more to do some Christmas, some more Christmas door hangers. And I will have some Christmas kids paint kits available starting the 1st of November, which is right on us. I mean, it's just like, wow. How many of y'all think this year is just as crazy as it's been? It's gone by pretty quick. Kind of glad. All right, what color should his toenails be? I think they should be green. Monster's toenails should be green. Definitely. See that water? You see that? Gets all the colors get in there. But you don't have to change it because it'll still wash the color out of your brush. Some people want to change it all the time, but that's really not necessary. Get a little bit of green here. Can you see the toes? There's his little pointy toes. Yep, there they are. And this paint dries really fast. So it's not something you have to worry about, you know, taking it all day to dry before the kids can display it or show it to grandma or whatever they want to do with it. Now, if you want to rush the drying up a little bit, you can dry it with a hair dryer. It will dry a little faster. I really think I need to do something with those eyes. So it looks too bright. Yeah, he's got some big white teeth. But I think I'm going to give him a little yellow in his eyes. A little more monsterish looking. It wipes up really nice out of the brush. Maybe not make them all yellow. Just do a little, like some dry brushing. Just to tone that white down a little bit. Yeah. I think that looks a little better. What do you think? See. And since the black is already done, you can just brush it up a little bit. There you go. What do you think? All right. Kids Paint Kits, Life in 606, $10 each. Get the blank, all the paint you need, 2 brushes, and the hanger to hang it up with. Make some memories. Let your kids have some fun with some paint. Use their creativity and post some pictures. Let me know if you want some paint kits. Y'all have a great day. Talk to you later. See ya.